It is Tuesday once again, and that means another episode of Pub Logic.
The podcast.
Sweet. By now you should know the drill. We're going to start out with our news story of the week. Once again, I found this. Stella has no idea. I read the title. I thought it was funny. Here we are. So, the title of this is Sky News.
Have you got somewhere to be?
We're speeding through it. This was published on Saturday the 19th of August, so that was... So, New Jersey police say something fishy behind sudden island power cut. The community that lost power is found on the banks of New Jersey's Raritan River, southwest of New York's Staten Island.
I feel like it can be up to interpretation. I have to say that.
Raritan. That's giving to...
It's giving Canadian.
It's giving... Flag. Filet. Oh. That was a fly. So, police have revealed the victim of a senseless death was behind the sudden power cut in New Jersey. An unfortunate fish.
Oh wait, what? The fish died?
Yeah. A week after homes across the lower Saraville lost electricity, repair workers found the deceased on a transformer and pinpointed it as the cause. We're guessing a bird dropped it as it flew over, police said on Facebook.
It's like the really dark version of Nemo. Oh my god, it's my son! I do like my fish fried.
Making light of the victim's fate, they called him a hard-working family man and a father to thousands.
A saccharine.
This can't be real!
A saccharine face.
Father to thousands!
Unless it was Marlin. Only one, because all the fish died at the beginning.
Yeah.
Don't know why I left.
Officers, however, did resist a sleeping with the fish's gag. I don't know how they did that. I would have gone straight in there. Suspect, they said, was last seen flying south and may still be very dangerous.
Wait, the bird?
But what's
It's not fair. This fish is just living his life. He's accused!
Falsely accused! Chris Honing, a spokesperson for the electricity provider, Jersey Central Power and Light Company, said an osprey, a common bird in the area, could have been responsible. He told CNN the winged killers themselves were a common cause of power outages, as they will often make nests on the power lines and other equipment. We are in their world.
Yeah.
This is their space.
Yeah. They're literally looking down at us.
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted to do it.
Maybe it placed it there.
He's probably scouted it out a few times and like... That one!
Perfect.
Yup! Going down.
Yeah, going down.
Nasty way to go.
Nasty way to go. That community, the community that lost power last Saturday, is located on the banks of New Jersey. Mr. Hoeing thanks customers for their patience during the outage. So this is like a genuine article by Sky News, right?
Right. I'm not being funny. The film Sonic.
Yeah.
They had a power outage. They didn't realise it was Sonic. Maybe it's actually a little animal that's covering its tracks with a fish.
Yeah.
And it's unrelated and we're all just too blind to see it.
Mr. Hoeing is definitely too blind to see that.
Mr. Hoeing ain't knowing.
Mr. Hoeing, the unknowing. Ospreys show no mercy when it comes to fishy dinners. See file pic.
I feel like there's a bit of mercy. He didn't eat it.
It's probably because he dropped it.
Yeah.
But like this is what really annoys me when it's like shark infested waters. It's where they live.
Yeah.
The ospreys are the cause of power outages because they make nests on the power lines.
It's probably where their ancestors used to drop fish. And they're just doing it out of habit. Now there's a bloody power grid there. Did you see that video? And it was like how many times you came close to sharks in the water and you didn't even realise. And it's like an aerial view, and they're just all circling around, and the swimmer's like that far away.
Wow. Maybe it is where the ancestors used to have like trees.
Oh yeah, everywhere used to be trees.
Because that's like.
Or lakes.
Or lakes. That's like that theory that ghosts walk through walls, because in the olden, like, they walk the original path of the house.
Yeah.
So if a house was torn down and a new one was built, the ghost is still going to walk the same path of the original house.
Oh, as they bloody should.
So that's why they go through walls and stuff.
But they were there first.
Exactly.
I think that's fair enough.
Speaking of ghosts.
Spooky, scary skeletons. I've got problems with this fly. Oh, my ring went in my knuckle.
They are a hazard.
Feel free to carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
Your turn. No problem. Speaking of the supernatural, last week we had a bit of an interesting encounter in this pub. After I asked someone to knock, there was just some vibration.
Right, we've got to speed through this slightly. I cried. And when we put the cameras down, I made Maisie come with me to the toilet. I'm a wimp. I'm not afraid to admit it.
It's just in the video where I'm like... We're going to move into the section where we have different stories that we tell and talk about them. This one I actually asked for from one of our friends who told it to me last week. And it was incredibly supernatural, and I thought that it's really actually quite cool. So I'm going to read it. Stella doesn't know the story. And again...
I don't want to know.
This is our wonderful Irish friend. And I'm not going to butcher her accent, but she does tell stories very well. So she wrote this out to me.
Your phone case matches your jumper.
Jumper.
Isn't that cute? Camouflage. Am I a prepubescent boy?
Are you going to just sing in the choir?
Do you need to cough?
Do you need to cough? The fact that has just descended into the most demonic. Like,
Do you need to cough?
Do you need to cough?
Yeah.
When I was little, we'd moved into a new house in Ireland. I kept having these weird dreams about walking through a house 200 years old and hearing this weird piano. I'd walk through the whole house till I got to the living room downstairs, and then be a man at this big piano, facing away from me, and then I'd wake up. I told my parents, and they were like, okay, cool weirdo, lol. One day, my dad was doing some decorating with the radio on, and an advert for an organ noise. An advert had an organ noise, and I was like, that's the funny piano I hear sometimes. This continued on, and I started asking my dad if he can hear the organ man when I'm awake. He can't, and is a little bit freaked out. A few weeks later, he's down at the local pub chatting, and someone asks if he bought the house we were living in. He says yes, and they're like, oh aye, it's haunted apparently, lol. And he laughs along, thinking they're trying to wind up the resident Englishman. And then a bloke goes, yeah, the guy who used to play the organ was there when it was a hunting lodge. He died at his organ. My dad hadn't said anything to me. My dad hadn't said anything about me hearing an organ or dreaming about a bloke at an organ, or even though he was even though he's pretty cynical, he was quite freaked out. That room has always been a few degrees colder than the rest of the house, and a lot of people think it's kind of weird, but that may be due to the fact that my dad put a stone gargoyle above the fireplace. See, this is one of those ones where, like, you see them online and you're like, ooh.
Well, I think, have you ever seen the film Ghost Town with Ricky Gervais in it?
Is that the one where he starts seeing ghosts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He, like, half dies.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I resonate. I've never really watched spooky stuff before because I am a wimp. But that one was, like, quite sweet because it was, like, how the ghosts are waiting to pass on properly.
Yeah.
And they've got unfinished business. So maybe it was something to do with, like, the piano or the organ, and they wanted everyone to know. They wanted the girl They wanted the storyteller to know something about their like past. Maybe they were an unrecognised player and they wanted someone to like appreciate their art. I think if you think about it like that, it's quite nice.
Oh yeah, I don't. Obviously, he wasn't like.
Or he's like, hi. Listen to my chords. He's like, dang.
This is what I made 200 years ago.
Aww.
Don't anger him. I think it's really interesting actually because it's stuff like this that like there's some of them when you're like, come on.
Oh, it didn't hurt, but it made noise. That looks like a pin. Do you think it's supposed to look like a pin?
There has been many a time where I thought that was a pin in the pillow.
I divulge.
I just think this is one of those ones where I'm like I definitely believe that.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like anywhere out of the realm of it being something that could happen either.
And apparently there are 12 dimensions, so probably living at the same time as someone anyway.
What, sorry?
My mum told me about this. Brain freeze. I'm sorry. My mum told me about this scientific experiment, and they found out that there are 12 dimensions.
How?
It's the universe. Anything could be real, I think.
Personally.
But apparently, yeah, it's like they're all like parallel with each other. So there's someone like right here in this space right now doing something, but 11 different dimensions. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Not like that.
Oh, I don't think I like that at all. I don't.
It's a mosquito.
Oh.
I don't know what I thought I was going to achieve. Like go underneath.
Just underhand at the table. Proper uppercut.
Whoppa!
Yeah. The thing about this as well, it's the fact that she didn't even know it was an organ.
Sorry. Really need to get it. She didn't know it was what?
My keys! What is that? Oh.
My keys.
My keys!
She didn't know what?
It's the fact that she didn't even know that it was an organ. She was like, it's a weird piano.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I feel like there's probably a reason that it happened.
I feel like this guy was like, you, small child, listen.
I don't know. I feel like it's just them trying to get in touch, and like, if they're not quite there yet, it's probably nice for them to interact with somebody.
And it wasn't like malicious either. He was just like playing the music, and then she'd wake up.
Well, I think it would be quite nice to think that they're not being malicious because they were people once.
Well, he lives in a hunting lodge, so.
Yeah, it doesn't make him a bad person.
I suppose. I don't know why I've suddenly become this like pro-environmental vegan person today.
What have you eaten today? Did you get it?
Another one! What the fuck is going on? This is like 6 now. What have I eaten today? Pasta.
What?
Tomato sauce and some pepperoni.
Very vegan of you.
And cheese. I made myself a pasta bake, but I made it like as a pizza. Sorry.
Just have pizza.
I made a pizza.
In what way?
So I put the pasta in with the sauce, and then I put the cheese on top, and then I didn't have enough money to buy sausages, which I normally fill my pasta bakes with. So I bought these little pepperoni circles.
Yeah.
And so I chopped a couple up to put in pasta, and then after I put the cheese on, I was like, I was looking at the pepperoni and I was looking at the cheese and I was like, this looks like something I recognise. and I just like laid 6 out along the thing and they look like little nipples. Oh.
Not only are you definitely not vegan, you're trying to recreate the animal that it was even brought from. The real question is, was it a soup or was it a salad?
It's soup.
I'd say salad.
I don't know, because the cheese was on top.
I can't get into this again.
I
Because I spoke to people about it afterwards and they said it made sense, so it made me sad.
don't know. It was really nice though. I had it today for lunch.
Very nice.
And then the new dog that's living in my house came and licked my toes, and I was it was very unpleasant.
I don't like that.
I did not either.
Lewis's cat once licked his toe. That was really funny.
Once?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he does it more often, but I've only witnessed it once.
I've taken to wearing socks around the house now.
Yeah.
Because every time I leave my room and I don't have socks on, it's straight for the toes. It's a bit of a violation, I won't lie.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's a really cute dog, but I don't want my feet in his mouth.
Not cute enough for you to allow a bit of tongue.
I don't think anything could be cute enough for me to allow that.
Ew. We went and licked like its owner's face and got your toe juice all over its tongue.
A delicacy.
Toe jam, toe juice. Why do we say toe juice?
Us personally, or a human
I
race.
feel like some people say it. Maybe not.
I've never really heard toe juice. I've heard toe jam.
Oh, that makes me feel suck.
I don't like belly button jam that.
Belly button jam.
fluff.
I've never had belly button fluff. I think it's just funny. Isn't
It
it?
makes me very
It's like
uncomfortable.
just fucking dirty, clean.
Clean. I sometimes get worried that if I clean too hard, I might perforate it. Go into my belly.
Remember when you thought you had COVID and you
That was not. That did not happen. That didn't happen.
It did.
No, it didn't.
It did. Like, I'm really serious. I think I've got COVID in my belly button.
What happened? What actually happened? What actually happened was I said, I wonder what would happen if I stuck this swab in my belly button. Do you think it would come back positive?
No, you came downstairs and you were like, I think I've got COVID in my belly button.
No, I did have an infection in my belly button though because it was too hot. And I was mighty large. I was getting the rolls were causing issues. It's not sad.
I don't know how to respond.
It was a problem though because I was sweating profusely.
I think it's funnier to think that you thought you had
If I stuck a swab in my belly button, do you think you would have COVID?
What?
I'm not too sure.
Every accent you do, you sound like that fucking chicken from Chicken Run. Every time.
Saw me on live flash before my eyes, it were well boring.
But that
It doesn't even sound. Everything descends into Welsh. I can't even do a Welsh accent. It's not a vibe. Whoa! Anyway.
I'm gonna bleep that out. If you give us £500, I'll unbleep it.
Should never be spoken of.
£500 and loaded fries.
No! I'm risky for that.
I really like it when he says, "Would you risk it for a chocolate biscuit?" in that song. I swear it's in a song. Would you risk it for a chocolate biscuit? I swear it's like a Tiny Temper song. Maybe not.
I've heard "Would you risk it for a biscuit?"
I swear it's "Would you risk it for a chocolate biscuit?"
But that's like a gambling term, isn't it?
What, a chocolate biscuit?
No,
A biscuit.
like, would you risk it for a biscuit? Like,
I don't know. It depends what biscuit it is.
I think I'm pretty sure it actually is a gambling term. Like, if you put the money out and like say like a chip, what? So like a chip is like a biscuit. Would you risk it for a biscuit? Would you risk laying it out?
Well, that's kind of
I also
boring.
might have made that up, so
I mean, it makes sense logically, but it just kind of like takes all the fun out of everything I said. So thanks.
I'm really sorry.
It didn't at all. I just wanted to see what you say.
My logic seems to be
Mindless.
Nyan.
So
Oh, I
Maisie,
got it.
you didn't. It went over there.
Oh. It's just a bit of fluff. So proud of myself.
From your COVID belly button.
From me Kobe belly.
Covey bee.
Already started another pandemic. How small can you make your eyes go? That was zero hesitation.
I got a lot of practice. You know that guy when he wore the orange suit and the cowboy hat, and he went
Oh my.
that. You do it.
That did count as an attempt. Why do they like it over here so much?
You stink.
You couldn't even keep a straight face. Oh god. Right. Moving on from our paranormal activity sentiments. If this video gets 1,000 likes, we'll go to a haunted house.
That's never gonna happen, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but if in like 3 years people come back and watch it, it still stands.
No, there's a time, like, unless it happens by like next week.
No, I'll give it a year.
No. 3 months.
5,
4.
6.
No.
I'm not very good at bartering.
No, you're not.
Give it half a year.
No.
I'm gonna edit in a clip of you saying yes.
You don't edit it, so.
I'll find a way. I'll creep into your house at night.
if we get 500 likes on this video in a year, Maisie will play a full 80 minutes of rugby. Rugby 15s.
If in 6 months, if in 6 months we go to a haunted
It's the
house.
same time frame.
For how long?
6 months.
Okay.
Fuck you.
But if it gets 1,000 likes immediately, then you have to do it and it surpasses the 500.
What?
If it surpasses 500, like within like a second, say if it goes from like 500 to 501, it don't count. If it stays at 500, I'll do it.
No, we already shook on it, so shut up.
I can shake.
You know how scared I am.
You'd be with me though, and I'd put you in a head torch. That would help.
I'm gonna say headlock.
I'd just drag you in there.
I think being with you would be worse. I feel like you'd try and scare me.
I would never.
That was the most disingenuous face you've ever made.
Oh, I'm sorry, I really meant that.
Okay, right, let's move on, yeah? That's what I said, yeah.
Let's move on. So we're gonna move on into our Purple Logic section.
What's your favourite song, like, right now? Go.
Shake the Frost.
By who?
Tyler
How
Childers.
does it go?
How doth it go?
Sounds sick. I can tell you really like that.
How the fuck does it go? Why is it just? I was listening to it on the way here.
Mine's First Time Thing by Calabasas.
Sing it.
In the first 2 nights, I'm hearing you things. In the next 4 weeks, we can try them things. In the next 6 months, we can when you're really in love with the first time thing. It's a really good song.
That sounds like a fun song. I don't want to listen to the song now though.
Saying that sounds like a fun song is the equivalent of saying to someone.
You can't keep that
pay us $3,000, a loaded fries, and a pint of Pepsi, and I'll unbleep it.
Oh my god.
No. I can't have music on. Because if anyone ever actually watches it, you can get copyrighted.
We do get people watching it. The song goes, "You remind me of a Sunday back home in old Kentucky."
Is it a country song?
Yeah. The church choir's just belting to the pine.
You can barely even be bothered to sing it. Shows how bad it is.
That was on purpose. It was.
I wish you could see the way you're sitting. So this.
Look at this stuff.
Really struggled. I've got a bit of a side ab workout there.
When I was at graduation, I used to practice sitting like a princess. Or a lady of leisure.
Oh, what's it called?
You remind me of a Sunday.
Concubine.
Concubine? Concubine?
Oh yeah, that's it. I farted like 4 times.
That sounds like an awful like mashup of trees.
Trees?
A concubine.
I thought more like, what are the things that smell? Porcupine. No, that's a skunk.
Porcupines are a thing though.
I know.
A concubine.
Was that your tummy? Aww.
That cheese is coming up. And cheddar cheese attacking me from the inside.
You're just so weak. You taking your iron tablets?
Yet. I'm just covered in bruises consistently. Yo, did I send you? I sent you that screenshot. So on my Hinge profile, it looks like I play rugby because there's a photo of me next to a rugby pitch when I was actually cheering next to the rugby pitch. And this guy messaged me and he went, "Oh, you're a rugby player and a cheerleader." And I was like, "I've played like one match of rugby." And he was like, "That's so hot, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Thanks. I get loads of like bruises that I don't know where they come from." And he went, "I'll give you bruises that you won't know where they come from." And then he went, not in a domestic abuse kind of way, in a kinky way.
Oh God. And there was one guy at uni and he used to like, how do I phrase this? As per conversation with many people that had slept with this person, he had like a trademark where he'd like leave hickeys in the exact same 6 spots on every girl that he slept with.
That's like Hannibal kind of shit.
Yeah. Freaky deaky.
Freaky
Freaky deaky wouldn't want to go near him with a barge pole.
It should be on a t-shirt. Freaky dicky won't go there with a bat.
It's like cursing. Freaky dicky won't go near with a barge pole.
Try to spell that out. You try to spell it out with like.
What other fun activities can we do?
Hot Wheels.
Did it?
Oh wow, it was so fast. I did a really good cartwheel in the park this weekend.
Yeah, you did actually.
And I did a forward roll that cracked my entire back.
I did a really cool little flip.
I think you should insert that.
I'll insert it all so we can look at it.
For the memes.
Yeah.
Well,
I won though. I won it on record.
yeah.
Not me personally, but our team. Maisie's cousins organised a sports day and I was very kindly invited and then I whooped your ass!
Fuming. I will say that Stella and my sister were incredibly scarily good at the three-legged race.
Yeah, we were really good at that, but then we were really bad at the wheelbarrow one, and I pulled her trousers down.
And you covered yourself in beer.
I know, I'm sorry, Laura. Honestly, I got instant karma because of that beer going down my top.
And then I was just being flung around by this man.
I really hope that I can find a video. Can you send me the video of you falling over?
Yes, I will.
But Laura, I know you actually watch these, and I had a great time, so thank you for inviting me and letting me be your partner. And I think we should enter some sort of national competition for three-legged race. I used my entire breath.
You were really good.
Yeah.
Me and Faye fell over. I got to scratch on my knee.
Scratch on my knee.
Got a boo-boo.
I did, yeah. I've also got I've also got a bruise around my ankle, which kind of looks a little bit like I've been restrained.
Why do you always gotta make it sexual? Why do I say it like that?
It's not sexual.
Why do you always gotta make it sexual?
I wasn't making it sexual. I was actually thinking about being kidnapped and restrained in a basement.
Oh, some words nearly came out there. Oh, great.
What?
$10 million now. Change currency. And I'll bleep it. And a loaded fries and a pint of Pepsi. And a Land Rover.
Oh yeah. Every single time.
Oh, actually, if someone just pays off my student overdraft, you can just come sit over here.
You just lay down underneath it.
And occasionally we'll give you a high five.
Mm. Do you think if somebody offered you £1 million, you're not with Lewis, you're single, you would have sex with them?
No. But funny story, when me and Lewis were in Amsterdam, we went to this little Irish bar, and the bartender was an absolute crackhead, and he offered us £900,000, not a million, £900,000 to watch us have sex and come to our wedding, and we said no, and no. I think I've still got the video of us being like, what the fuck?
But what would you even do if you got married and you had to find him?
Well, if he's already paid me and turned up, it's not my problem.
Yeah, but if you signed a contract, I feel like with that amount of money, you make you sign contracts.
I mean, the fact that he offered it in a bar, I don't think he's that worried about the T's and C's. I'm surprised that you jumped more than I did.
This is the thing, I'm super jumpy, but I'm not scared of things. Like, you could make me jump in an instant. I'm like always at the top of my tree. But I'm not scared of things. That's what I found interesting. Thank you. Just because I'm just so stressed all the time.
Where actually are we at in terms of the agenda? What?
That was really satisfying. Wow. We are moving into our Pub Logic section of the Pub Logic podcast.
My lip's stuck.
Sometimes my lips get stuck on my teeth. You think it looks weird, but I can't help it. Oh no.
That was a long time. What's the
The
question?
whole verse of the song. Right. Would you
Have you forgotten it?
No. I'm just trying to remember how it's phrased. Which do you think is better? Having one power, a really, really good power, that you can use once a year, or having a mediocre power that you can use all the time?
Superpower.
Yeah.
Well, it depends what you qualify as a mediocre superpower.
See, I would think like a fabulous power would be like flying, but a mediocre one would be like levitating.
Levitating would be an incredible power.
Yeah, but it's not like flying. Like, it's the mediocre version of flying.
Think about how much money you can make from just being able to levitate on cue. Or even at all.
I'm just thinking of it more like just a couple of inches off the ground, you can just kind of hover around.
Yeah, that's sick.
No,
So
that's what I'm saying. Like,
movies.
it's the mediocre version of flying.
Yeah, okay. I thought
So if that-
mediocre version of like a superpower might be just being able to turn the lights on and off.
Oh. I thought it would be the mediocre of specific powers. Like, say, if one person
Oh
could
no,
like
it doesn't have to be like
shoot
that.
flame balls, you could like light a cigarette with your thumb.
No, like a mediocre power for me would be like if you ever needed toilet paper, you could get toilet paper.
Oh.
Whereas a super power would be like invisibility.
Yeah. See, I would think invisibility, like the mediocre version of invisibility, was like only your head was invisible, or like only your hands.
Oh, it's just kind of sad, really, isn't it?
Mediocre.
I meant more because like some people don't have hands.
You can turn it off.
Hmm?
You can turn it off.
But that's what I mean. Some people can't. Sad. Don't you dare. £2 million. Buy Pepsi, a load of fries, a line of soda, a Land Rover, my overdraft paid off, and another £1 million, and I'll unmute what she said. So out of pocket.
Well, I think I would rather have a mediocre power all the time.
But what power though? What are you choosing?
Levitating, hovering.
But you just said it was a shit version of flying.
That's what I'm saying. So if you can have a if I can have
You
a
being able to
mediocre,
levitate would be so funny.
I would never put my feet down.
Just watching you find my friends, like, while she's nearly here, it's a bit slower than normal. But the thing is, I imagine when you're
To
levitating.
do it like that.
Yeah, you have to be like, but with a straight face. Like, Maisie's coming.
But I would only be able to have a backpack as well. Like I wouldn't be able to have anything that would interfere. Can you imagine me with my cheer backpack? It's like the size of a shell.
No, you have to have one of those poles and a napkin on the end. Like Mary Poppins. You have to have an umbrella.
My feet in first.
No,
Me
but you're also
trainers.
being fifth. Being backwards, like a duck.
Imagine if that's how I could control the speed.
You have to go left and right, you have to be like...
like that's like super fast, and then like I have to like ease it off a little bit.
Like sails.
Then I use my hands to like direct myself. I'm like lefting,
I'd put...
lefting. I just be going round in circles.
I'd pick a mediocre power, but like I'd want it to be something just really kind of something worth having. I don't know what though.
Maybe like always.
Just like at random points in the day, I could just go like that and like a little pinball would appear behind me or something.
You would make a great TV detective though.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I
With
thought
your
you said
pinball.
you meant just me, but with the power.
I believe in you.
I believe the children are the future. Stand them on and make them lead the way. Show them all the beauty you possess inside. You know that song?
I don't.
You don't know that song? I believe the children are the future. How do you not know that?
Who's it by?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I have never heard that song.
Well, we're going to play it in the car on the way back.
Okay. I drove hilariously slow here today.
Were you levitating?
Yeah.
And every time you do it, it has to be Dua Lipa levitating. But it's like only the 10 seconds that you get on TikTok.
I have to hum it on repeat.
Oh, aren't you? Oh, aren't you, baby? Where's your good boo? You levitating.
You can always hear me coming.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't you? You want me, baby?
I'm like, is that Dua Lipa? Nope, it's Maisie. Maisie! But I'd be like, you go really quickly.
My feet are like.
What speed would you be going? I'd say like maximum is 12 miles an hour.
I don't think I'd be able to go very fast. I wouldn't want to.
You said that so beautifully. I don't think I'd be able to go very fast.
I fear sometimes I turn into like a Victorian child.
Just enunciate.
Occasionally. Who was I talking to the other day?
Probably me. You need to eat.
She's screeching.
You need
I've
to eat.
eaten loads of pasta today. Like, loads. That's the best one you've ever done.
Oh, that's good, wasn't it? You do it.
I can't do it!
Well, I can't really do that. It needs to be all like.
That is petrifying.
Really?
Please do that right on the mic. That's actually mad. Because it sounds like it's echoing.
What?
You move around so much.
You put me in a straight jacket then, Jesus.
Just tie your shoes to the floor. So in
Get the
conclusion,
shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise you. I just want to praise you. Actually, no, I don't want to praise you. Put my fucking feet on the floor. Say it. What are you thinking?
I was going to say something about Jesus, but
I put in the work group chat earlier, I took a picture of that dog poo on the floor and I said, Saeed, you can use the toilet next time, please. Right.
making enemies at
I
work.
couldn't really find a food. Oh. Last orders! So I thought we'd go with a little drink. It's really not that bad.
What is that?
You can guess.
Is it beer?
But I think you might have tried it before, but I really couldn't think of any food.
Oh god, it's so gross. All of it smells like weed.
How do you know what that smells like?
I'm in drinking. And I grew it and I said it. Hit me up.
What do you keep looking at?
The bus light's going past in the window. Look, you can see the window through there. There's probably not going to be another bus because TfL's a bit short-staffed at the minute.
Because I thought you were seeing something. I'm just imagining like ghostly apparition buses on strike. And they're all sat there in those old buses and they're like, yo, fuck you.
The ones from Harry Potter. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Going to be a bumpy ride. I sound like Dracula when I do that.
How do you know what he sounds like?
Men. Bitten.
I thought you said men. Men.
Every man is a Dracula. Bloodsucker, femme fucker.
Actually, it's not that anymore. It's the, what's it called? Non-explicit, but the clean version.
Bloodsucker, dream catcher.
Isn't it Crusher?
Yep.
But it's bad anyway. You should just do the explicit one and kids can grow up.
Eventually they will.
Oh my god, it's my birthday! I can listen to the explicit version of Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo.
It's going to be a bumpy ride. I will drink your blood. Where all the head movements are going in.
You made it sound more like an offer.
I will drink your blood.
You want is good!
It's good. You want it? It's good.
That's my best impression.
It's good.
That one and Jennifer Coolidge.
Do it.
Yeah. You look like the 4th of July.
That was the worst one you've ever done.
Oh.
Do it again.
I need to cough. You look like the 4th of July. Happening? It's like Mr. Bean. You look like the 4th of July. You're not very pretty. And you're not very smart.
Bright! How many times do you do that impression? Again!
What else does she say?
I'm taking a dash, damage.
Into the dark, dumbass.
Yeah, that was good. I can't really do impressions of many things.
Do you like Mickey Mouse?
What does he say?
Hi.
I can do Donald Duck washing his face.
See, that's really good.
How are you making the noise?
Just.
Oh.
My tongue was stuck out during the middle of it, so.
I'm sad I can't think of anything else.
Would you like to go out on a date with me?
Would you like to go out on a date with me?
Do you know what? Still, one of the funniest things about us saying that was when we asked. We asked some friend to do an impression of it. It was definitely one of the best things I have ever seen.
We were trying to get everyone to do impressions of Gru because we were trying to see if we were doing it accurately. And we said to our friend, "Can you do an impression of Gru?" And he went, "I am Groot.
I am Groot. I actually died. I am Groot." And we just went.
Oh god.
Would you like to go out on a date with me?
I am Groot.
Like, do an impression of Groot. I am Groot. That was very much Beligne vibes. What the fuck?
Did you dribble?
I think it came on the outside of the glass.
That didn't make any sense in my head. I was looking right at it. Oh my god, I need a wee as well, so that's maybe I need to wee more.
She's like this. She's like an edit of me holding something up.
So I used the drum earlier.
The pot was the best one. Fosters.
No, it's not.
God, oh, it's so great. That tastes sweet. Is that Moriarty? What is it?
Neck oil.
Oh, that's not actually that bad.
Vile.
It's sweeter than the other ones.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. Oh, give it a little kiss.
Like and subscribe, or Maisie will lick your toes.
If you pay me a lot of money. £10.
I don't think that really made much sense.
If you pay me a lot of money, I'll lick your toes.
No.
I'm so menacing!
I said like and subscribe, or Maisie will lick your toes. I'm saying like do it, or this will be a
Oh.
bad consequence. And you just said, I'll do it. No one's gonna like and subscribe now.
I wouldn't.
Also, thanks for 50 followers.
Subscribers?
That's someone.
Yeah.
51 subscribers.
We're very pleased and we love you all very much. Oh, there's a fly in my glass. Look at that.
Can we go for a wee, please?
We?
Yeah. I need a wee. I don't want to go on my own.
We go for a wee. Yes. Thank you.